Hello everyone, X-Walk Hill Bethelite here, and I just came out with a video stating Jehovah's Witness men are bitches, period. Then after that, we have a couple of videos come out. One video is of a Jehovah's Witness man asking for a 15-year-old girl while he's out in service. And there's another video where it is entitled, I believe, "This Jehovah's Witness Targets Minors." I think the video was done about a week ago. In that video, this Jehovah's Witness man is approached by a woman because he was asking, I believe, for her daughter. He was going door to door asking for minors. So he's trying to prey on little girls. So he's asking for her daughter, so basically he's being approached based off that. I'm not sure if that's her daughter. He's being approached for asking about a little girl. Now, this is a woman approaching a man. How does he respond? Does he prove what I said was true or not? This man physically approaches the woman. If you watch the video, she is approaching him and she's recording the whole thing. He swings at her or something to that effect, tries to knock the camera out of her hand. He's physically aggressive towards this woman. I seriously doubt he would be that physically aggressive towards another man. I'm telling you, when I say something like Jehovah's Witness men are bitches, and I open it up for everybody to prove me wrong if they can. Immediately thereafter, you got a video of a Jehovah's Witness man who is a pedophile. I don't know why else another grown man would have any interest in a 15-year-old girl talking to her about anything. And he tried to get this woman to stop recording him and mentioning the fact that he's trying to go and access 15-year-old girls and underage girls at the door by physically approaching her a couple times. And she didn't back down. She told him, you don't touch me. She physically did not back down, and he took his little bitch ass back to the car, stood by the car, and what did he say? Leave me alone. Sounded like, at first he's approaching her physically, he's trying to physically intimidate a woman, and then when she tells him, you better back up, he takes his butt back to the car in his little Jehovah's Witness little suit and sits there and says, leave me alone, ma'am, leave me alone, leave me alone, ma'am, leave me alone. He's sitting up there talking about leave me alone. Am I right or am I right? What happens, I think, is there's such a lack of strong men amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. Most of them are all bitches. Most of them do whatever Watchtower says. Watchtower say, end of the world coming, then end of the world coming. I'm not challenging Watchtower. I do whatever these men say. I'm submissive. Most Jehovah's Witness men are submissive to whatever they're told to do. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. That's the culture. Most of them are bitches. That's what they are. So, pedophiles who get used to that environment They are used to being able to approach little kids at the hall or at assemblies or wherever. And there ain't no man that's going to stand up to them and say, get away from my kid. So this guy, probably so used to being around Jehovah's Witness men that just let pedophiles run loose and rampant, went up to a door, knocking on doors, thinking other men are going to be the same way. Well, apparently the girl's father found out about it, and it didn't go over so well. I've got to watch that video to see what happened as far as with the girl's father. But apparently the girl's father, it didn't work out for the pedophile because the girl's father stood up for her. So you got these pedophiles, and they're all Jehovah's Witnesses. They're all in Watchtower. Why? Because these men are bitches. They're not going to say anything if I go up and talk to the little kid. They're not going to stop me. They're not going to do anything. If a 15 or 14 or 13-year-old girl or boy or whatever is at the Kingdom Hall, and I just go grab them and say, hey, get in my car. We're about to go knocking on doors, or we're going to go stand next to these little carts that they have set up. I'm going to go get a little kid and go. No one's going to say anything to them. There just aren't. There might be, like, out of 100% of Jehovah's Witness men, maybe 5% of them are actual men that don't care about no position. They don't care about no title. They take care of their family. The outside of that 5% or whatever, the other 95% of them are bitches, and they will let whatever happen to their family happen. And I think this is what the guy was probably used to. Otherwise, you just go walk up to a door and pursue a 15-year-old girl, and the dad is around. I'm telling you, these pedophiles, the pedophile himself was a bitch. That's why he tried to push up on a woman, and when she spoke up to him, he took his behind back to the car, talking about leave me alone. I'm telling you, if the husband gets a hold of this video of this man, not only trying to talk to his 15-year-old daughter, but pushing up on his wife, he gonna get left alone. You know what I mean? He gonna get left. Not the way he wants. He gonna get left in a box if he keeps doing dumb stuff like that. But these pedophiles, they take it outside of Watchtower. And they almost get themselves in trouble doing that. Like Watchtower for the longest time has been the perfect cover for pedophiles. The perfect cover. There is no other religion where you don't even have to be baptized. As a Jehovah's Witness, you do not have to be a baptized member. You don't even have to be a full-fledged member before you can put on a suit, go out in the community, and just start talking to people. But what people don't realize is these Jehovah's Witness men, they're out talking to little girls. They're not pulling up to these little girls talking about, hey, do you want a piece of candy? They're pulling up to them like, hey, let me talk to you about this magazine. Let me give you this Watchtower. Come here. Now they're posted out right outside of high schools, standing next to carts. The cart is the cover. The man standing outside of the high school is the pedophile. For the longest time, these men have been able to just go up to a door, knock on it, the person comes and answers, and they're able to look at the situation, see if there's any little kids that they can prey on. And if there's little kids in there, they can, hey, you know, try to talk their way in the house. Try to talk about, yeah, let's have this Bible study. And then what's next? Let me study with your kids. Let me be alone with your kids. This thing has been perfect for pedophiles for the longest time. And now Watchtower's flooded with pedophiles. And there's nothing going to happen about it. They're just going to continue to increase in Watchtower because the men are all bitches. Everything about Watchtower speaks to the lack of male leadership and the lack of protection over the family. The whole shunning thing. The whole shunning thing. There's more women that stand up against that than men. You have more women that's still going to talk to their kids regardless of what Watchtower says. They're not going to let Watchtower dictate if they're going to talk to their kids. Watchtower is primarily, the structure is made up of men. Meaning men are the ones allowing Watchtower to break up their families, telling them who they can and cannot speak to, who is inside their own family. Men are the ministerial service. Men are the elders. Men are the ones allowing, and not only allowing, but promoting whatever the heck Watchtower tells them to promote. So if Watchtower tells a grown man you cannot talk to your own daughter, his bitch ass is not going to talk to his own daughter. I'm telling you. You are not going to talk, you're not going to tell any grown man who's a real man not to talk to his own kids. It's not going to go over well. It's not going to happen. So why is it that Watchtower was able to make it a whole rule, a whole doctrine for the whole global? You can't even get that past one Kingdom Hall if there's real men in it, let alone all of them worldwide. Do the math. 1 + 1 = 2. Jehovah's Witness men equal bitch. That's the truth. That's the truth. I guarantee you that man, there's video of the man that was asking for that 15-year-old girl. And if that video gets out to other Jehovah's Witnesses, there ain't none of the men gonna do nothing about that dude. That dude is gonna be in the hall around their kids, and them men ain't gonna do nothing to him. Nothing about they're not gonna do anything to that guy who was asking for that 15-year-old girl. Now I gotta do some more research. I gotta find out if that woman who was recording him was that. I think that was his the girl's mom. I mean, you gonna run up on the little girl's mom? You know what I mean? You gonna swing at the little girl's mom, trying to knock the camera out of her hand or whatever? This dude is a straight bitch. Like, I mean, I guarantee you he did not do that to the man. I'm gonna have to find that video. I'm gonna have to find the video. I want to figure out where this is even happening, so I'll call the hall and be like, what are y'all doing about this dude? We got video of the dude trying to go up to homes talking to little 15-year-old girls. I'm going to call the hall. What are y'all going to do about this dude? If y'all don't do nothing about these pedophiles, y'all are straight bitches. There is nowhere on the planet, there's no man on the planet that likes pedophiles. There's one thing there's a few things that, you know, men in general can all agree on. None of them around the world, I don't care if it's in a prison, I don't care if they're criminal, no man likes pedophiles. They do not like pedophiles at all. Men do not like pedophiles. I could call the hall from wherever this dude is from, figure out which city he's in or whatever, be like, we got video of this dude asking for little kids. What are y'all gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. They are not real men. Watchtower could not exist in the form that it's in if there were real men there. Watchtower could not exist in the form where little kids die for a blood transfusion. You're not getting that past that little kid's father. Watchtower couldn't be flooded with pedophiles. There'd be a whole lot of men getting locked up for killing pedophiles if there were real men there. That's just the truth. We're not promoting violence. It's just the truth. That's what's gonna happen if you touch somebody's little kid. it's not going to go over well for you unless there ain't no strong men there. They just going to let it happen. You know what I mean? If that's the culture in Watchtower, that's the way Watchtower's been, we just won't do nothing about pedophiles, man. We'll just have men going up to doors, knocking on doors, asking for 15-year-old little girls. This is just what it is. We got men posted up outside of high school, standing next to the Watchtower cart, just trying to talk to little kids. It's just what it is. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm telling you, as soon as I said that, I mean, I'm like, prove it right or wrong. And this dude proves it right. Woman gets after him for trying to go after her little 15-year-old girl, that 15-year-old girl, and this dude gonna run up on her. And she didn't even have to do nothing to him. She just told him to back up, and he backed his behind back to the car. Talking about leave me alone. Men in the Jehovah's Witness religion are bitches. I'm telling you. There's men that will talk to their kids. There's men that will talk to their kids that Watchtower tells them not to talk to, but to cover up for it because they're afraid. They're afraid of Watchtower and what Watchtower is going to say about them talking to their kids. They'll try to hand them a Come Back to Jehovah brochure. That's their, they got to hide. That's their cover. They need a cover to talk to their own kids because they're bitches. It is what it is. It is what it is. So 937-789-4029. And this is who these women are marrying. That's how you have these women getting beat on by men. Because they marry a Jehovah's Witness. The guy that ran up on that woman, that tried to swing and knock the camera out of her hand and tried to physically come up on her. These are the men that these women who are marrying. They're marrying bitches. And a man that is a bitch will fight a woman. He will fight a woman. He will hit a woman. So yeah, you have a lot of marital issues in Watchtower because these ain't real men that these women are marrying. If you marrying a Jehovah's Witness man, we tried to warn you. That's all I can say. We tried to warn you. If you are a woman or girl and you're thinking about marrying a Jehovah's Witness, think about you about to marry a man who lets an organization tell him who he can and cannot speak to in his own family. Lets an organization tell him if his kids can or cannot go to college in his own family. You understand what I'm saying? You're about to marry a bitch. This is what you're about to marry. You might as well marry another woman. Ex-Wallkill Bethelite signing out.